Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a Hugo of wealth and taste. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hugo 2 Whodunit. We are here in front of these gates that we opened in the previous video, so let's go ahead and walk on inside because we need to do this eventually. And whammo, we are in a maze of twisted little paths which are all alike. So, this maze seems to get a lot of hate. A lot of people seem to really dislike mazes in games like this. And I don't really know why, because, well, I mean, I guess I can understand why. I mean, you know, getting lost constantly is not fun, but this maze is really not that bad in my opinion. I mean, it's actually, so I am playing with a little map here because I don't want to waste too much of your folks' time watching me just bumble around getting lost. But I mean, mazes are fun. I always liked mazes, and this maze is really not that bad. I mean, it's not, you know, if you think about a maze like the labyrinth in King's Quest V, towards the end of King's Quest V, where you're in the castle, that labyrinth is, I think, worse because the perspective keeps changing. Every time you, oh, what's this? You can also see a gun. Yes, it is indeed a gun. And you just have to pick it up. This is kind of what happens when adventure game designers stop being creative, I guess. Just solve your problems with a gun. You got a problem with somebody, just shoot him. Anyways, I was saying, yeah, I mean, the Labyrinth in King's Quest V, every time you go off the screen, like every time you change screens, the perspective actually changes to reflect which direction you walked in. That means that it doesn't have a constant perspective like this maze. I mean, here, north is always at the top. Like this, well, I don't know if it's north in the game world, but the same direction is always at the top of the screen. The same direction is always at the left and right and bottom of the screen, as opposed to the King's Quest V labyrinth, where things can really get confusing. And even the King's Quest V labyrinth is not that difficult to solve with just a bit of trial and error. I mean, I actually got through it myself without making a map of it. It's not that difficult. You just have to take a while to do it. What do we have here? A bell, okay. So in this maze, there are three things they need to get. We've already gotten two, the gun and the bell, and I think the third one is not too far away. Yeah, I'm a little sad that so many people kind of said they don't like this Hugo game because of some of the things that it does that are not adventure gamey, like the whole thing with the whole thing with the Venus flytraps that we had in the last video, and that stupid thing with the bridge. I mean, I agree the thing with the bridge is stupid. Here's the third thing that we need to pick up. It is a bottle. Let's just quickly take a look at these things that we picked up. So let's look at the bottle. It is a clear glass bottle. A label is attached with the word serum printed on it. Okay, that's something that we'll probably need to use later. A bell, it's the kind of bell one might use to summon aid. Okay, and what about the gun? It looks real. I wonder if it works. Indeed it does. It's a real gun. And as I was saying, that's I think this is kind of what happens when adventure game designers get less creative and they just say, hey, let's just have a gun. That'll be a good puzzle solution. You got somebody coming at you, just shoot him, and that's you know, that's a nobody will come up with that solution, right? It's kind of reminds me of that there's an XKCD strip about MacGyver getting lazy. You know, MacGyver always had those science solutions where he would come up with some kind of chemical mixture or something to solve a problem. But there's an XKCD strip where MacGyver just says, hey, if I ignite this this powder mixture, it will propel this metal slug into that guy's head. And obviously the joke is, you know, he's just using a gun, which MacGyver never did. MacGyver was always known for his non-violence. So yeah, it's kind of the same thing here. I mean, they don't even use the gun in a creative way. You know, you might think, okay, well, we'll use the gun for something not obvious, like, I don't know, maybe Penelope will use it as a dildo or something. I don't know, who knows what. Or, you know, use it to scratch and sniff card instead of using her fingernail because she doesn't want to break her nails. But no, it's really just, I'm sorry if that sounds sexist. I know it, I mean, I didn't mean that to be a sexist remark, my apologies. I mean, no, you really just use it in self-defense. You just shoot it, and that's it. That's all you do with it. So not a very difficult adventure game puzzle, but anyway. Yeah, but as I was saying, I'm kind of sad that some people don't like this, so they don't like this game, or that this is their least favorite Hugo game, because I always really like this one. I mean, it definitely has some flaws, but I just really love the setting. Um, so here we are again where we drop the matches. Let's go ahead and pick up these matches. Let's just look at them again just to make sure they're not wet. Yeah, it just is a little book of matches. So I think they're okay. So I'll go ahead and save here after maze. Oh, sorry. And we can move on. So here we go. Yeah. So it says, well, there, don't get too close to those ferocious-looking bees, but the bees are drawn to the bug zapper because bug zappers have those those ultraviolet lights in them that attract insects for some reason. In fact, I think we can look at it. We can say look at bug zapper. Yeah, it has a U-shaped fluorescent light tube at its center with a series of metal rods spaced vertically around it. Surrounding the rods is a thick mesh-like screen which also acts as the frame of the device. That's probably the most detailed message in this entire game. It's kind of incongruous because, this game is usually fairly short on messages. Like, it usually doesn't go into a lot of descriptive detail regarding things. But then this one random item, which you don't even need to do anything with. You just need to push the button to turn it on, but you don't need to do anything specific with this item here. It goes into 7 lines of text describing the structure of the bug zapper as if it's important when it really isn't. I don't know. Oh, I tried to look at the bees and it says you're not close enough. How close do I need to get? Is this... Okay. The bees do not appear to sting me even if I get really close to them, which is nice. I also wonder, why does the bug zapper not kill them? Like, they keep flying into it, but they don't seem to get killed. Like, they don't seem to get zapped by it. Anyway, I don't know. It doesn't matter, but it keeps them away from us, so that's fine. Oh, what's this? There is a strange old man sitting on a mushroom in the middle of the field. He looks curiously familiar. As he sees you, the old man's face twists into an evil smile. He waves his hand, and suddenly you are gripped by an irresistible force pulling you toward him. Or... This is... I do not know how you're supposed to pronounce this. Yahtzee and Gabriel did make a Let's Drown Out video of them playing this game, and I think Yahtzee pronounced it ooh-ah, or something like that. So maybe it's a British word that British people just say ooh-ah and spell it like this. I don't know. In my head, when I was a kid, I just literally pronounced it like an American and thought it was something like or, but that's probably wrong. The old man speaks.
"Oh, welcome to my field, my fine young friend. I have been waiting for you. I am well aware of your quest, and I would hasten you on your way. However, before I let you pass, I must satisfy myself that you have the experience to handle the dangers that lurk through yonder pathways. 'Tis true I am familiar to you, though our paths have not yet crossed. Thy friend Hugo didst answer my simple questions in a different time and place. For you, sweet Penelope, no trifling questions or petty riddles. For you, I have in store the most awesome imponderables imaginable. Art thou ready? Your first subject will be geology. Specifically, I shall be asking questions relating to plants and ferns of the Silurian period of the Paleozoic era. Here is the first question. Excuse me. While the old man is clearing his throat, you seize your chance. Not having Hugo's patience, you decide to take matters into your own hands. Grabbing the old man's wand, you smartly whack him over the head with it and carry on your merry quest. Man, Penelope, she bent the wand. Penelope is violent, man. She just takes no prisoners. She's just like... I thought women were supposed to be more patient than men. Well, I guess not necessarily, but anyway. He looks at least 200 years old. Yeah, this is indeed the guy whom we meet near the end of the original Hugo's House of Horrors, but we don't have to go through his riddles again, which is probably a good thing. So yeah, down here, what do we have down here? Here is a well, and I do think that this well is inspired by the one in King's Quest I. There are some... sitting in the middle of a dead-end path.
There's what appears to be an old water well at the end of the path. It doesn't look like it's been used too recently. I do feel like this game borrows some inspiration from various different Sierra adventures. I think I might have said this before. And this well seems to be taken straight out of King's Quest 1. Not anything else in these surroundings, just the well itself. And yeah, just as in King's Quest 1, you climb down the rope, and here we go. But in King's Quest 1, the well is full of water at the bottom, but this one is not. This is just an underground passageway, which appears to be blocked off. Yeah, you're in a cavern beneath the well. Over to the right appears to be what was once a passageway. Now it is totally impassable due to a rock fall. Can we just get the rocks? I love your sense of humor. Well, come on. I mean, can I move the rocks? They are too heavy. Okay, fine. Do I need to come back here with a forklift or something? Anyway, okay, so, what? Okay, up we go. So yeah, obviously we need to go that way later, but we don't have what we need right now, so we'll go back there. But for now, let's continue on our merry adventure. Oh, look. Ouch, the nasty snake just bit you. Uh-oh. You're at a fork in the path. There is a slithery snake here. Can I get the snake? Is there no use to, can I talk to the snake? I didn't say talk to myself. I said talk to the snake. Can I kill the snake? A poor defenseless snake. What do you mean defenseless? He just bit me. You call that defenseless? This snake also kind of blocks your path, but you can walk around him. He's just kind of annoying because he does sometimes block your way to other places. Anyway. Oh yes, here is a yeah, this screen. This looks to me like, isn't this the dog from Hugo's House of Horrors who always kills Hugo in the first game? I don't know. Anyway, you're standing outside the doghouse. Yeah, see, sometimes, like I said, sometimes the game gets absurdly descriptive, like with the bug zapper, and then for the screen it just gives you tourist descriptions like this, which are so obvious you don't even need to, I mean, I know that, I can see that, I'm not, okay, anyway, can we look at the dog? You're not close enough. Is this like the game's way of trying to kill me? What a cute doggy. Can I pet the dog? Nice doggy. Okay. All right, fine. What are these crudely drawn black lines on the ground? There's nothing very interesting about it. I think those are sticks. Okay, yes, I got a stick. Okay. The snakebite is starting to smart. You should do something about it. Ah, yes. So this is where you drink the serum in the bottle. You feel a tingling sensation for a moment, then it subsides. Pretty soon you start to feel your normal self again. Yeah. So that's the cure for the snake bite. And you might think, well, we need to go back, don't we? What if the snake bites us again? It does not. The snake bites you only once in the game, and then it will never bite you again. Why not? Because adventure games. What can I say? There's no rational reason why not. The snake just will never bite you again, so don't worry about it. So anyway, we have a stick. What do we do with a stick when you have a dog? I guess you throw the stick, right? Whee! Fetch, boy! And the dog appears to not be a very good doggy because he does not fetch the stick. He just runs off, and that's it. We'll never see the dog again either. So let's go ahead and look in the doghouse. There is a stick of dynamite in the doghouse. Because of course there would be. Why wouldn't you just put dynamite in your doghouse? Well, okay, to be fair, the dog likes to catch sticks, so maybe he saw the stick of dynamite and thought it was like a play stick and hid it in the doghouse. But why did he hide that one stick in the doghouse when all the other sticks are just sitting here on the ground? Why did he keep that one stick of dynamite in his house? Is there anything else in the doghouse? No, apparently not. Can I climb this wall? You try but fail miserably. Okay, I don't think I can climb the wall. And over this way is nothing. Even though it very clearly looks like we should be able to walk that way, there is nothing to the right or bottom, or at least there's no way to walk to the right or bottom from here. So there you go. Okay, we got the dynamite. And as you might guess, we can use that in the well, probably. But before we do that, let's see what's down here. Oh, this is nice. This is a little... it's the end of the grounds. Okay, I see. So this is the end of the manor grounds, and yeah, there's a gate leading to the street. On the sidewalk, there is a phone booth. Okay. Well, let's Let's see, can I make a phone call? In the office, remember when we tried to make a phone call, the line suddenly went dead. So let's try walking in here and see if we can make a phone call from the public phone booth. You pick up the phone and dial the emergency number for the police, which in Europe is 112. So, yes, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, this is in England, right? So yeah, it's probably 112. Hello, this is the local police. Officer Higgins at your service. How may I help you? You explain the situation to Officer Higgins in great detail. After you finish, he says, A murder, eh? Very well. Listen, I can't come over... Really? Listen, I can't come over right now since I'm rather busy on a case. I'll meet you in the living room at the house at 6 o'clock, okay? You agree and put the phone down, but how to get to the living room? On an impulse, you pick up the phone again and start to dial the first number that comes into your head. Realizing that would be rather futile, you hang up the phone again. So, hold on. You dial the police and tell them there's been a murder, and the police officer says, "Oh, you know, I'm kind of busy now. I'm sorry, I can't respond right away, but you want to maybe meet in the living room later? Let's do dinner tonight, like around 5 or 6 o'clock. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, I'll see you then." That's nice. I wonder, can I dial other numbers? Like, can I dial? I mean, 911 is in North America. Oh, it's like this. Now it says this, and here now I have to dial the number. Nobody answers. And if I dial 112, yeah, okay. All right, well, that's fine. Okay, so we have a meeting with a police detective, but now we have to, let's see, what's here? You're in Rome Street, okay. Dance like you're in Rome, okay. What's on the wall there? The graffiti says, for an out-of-this-world experience, dial 1-800-333-HUGO. Okay. All right. I don't know why Hugo has a phone number with his name scrawled on the on a wall in a public street here. It's kind of like for a good time call Hugo, except I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. I think I probably shouldn't try to understand it. But anyway, let's go ahead and save here and give it a try. Let's try dialing. Oh, I need to type dial and then it asks for, okay, 1-800-333-HUGO. Also in Europe, it's not 1-800. 1-800 is for North America. But anyway, actually, I guess you can you do, no, it's 0. In Europe, you usually dial 0 for the trunking code. Okay, it doesn't matter. Never mind. Oh, you feel a strange sensation as the walls of the phone box grow hazy and seem to recede. You hear a strange, pulsating, throbbing noise, and your head starts to spin. If you didn't know better, you'd say the phone box appeared to be in motion. Eventually, the throbbing stops and the feeling of motion ceases. You gingerly peer out of the door. Oh boy, what's this? You're on the planet Ritupmok, and many of you will instantly spot what that is, but I'm a little embarrassed to admit I didn't realize that is computer spelled backwards until somebody pointed it out to me. So somehow that phone booth took us to an alien planet, and there's a guy and a robot walking around. This is kind of like the beginning of Space Quest 4, where there's that horrible zombie and some weird killer robot stalking the streets of futuristic post-apocalyptic Xenon. I don't know, let's exterminate! I never watched the original series, so I actually don't even know. I know that this is a line from the show, but I actually don't know how they pronounce it, so I apologize if my pronunciation, if my intonation is not true to the original series. I really have no idea how they say this on the show. Oh dear, it would appear that you have been exterminated by that mechanical monster. You know, I really should be more careful, especially when there are mechanical monsters around. Alright, so, here is where that gun comes in. And again, it really is just nothing more than just shoot the robot with a gun. That's it. That's all there is to it. So, shoot robot. Pew! Sheesh, you missed. No, wait! A lucky shot. It bounced off the rock and struck home. Nice shooting, partner. Okay. Okay, so it's the same thing about the robot, but anyway. All right, can we talk to this guy now that the robot has been destroyed? The strange man introduces himself. I am the doctor. Doctor who, you ask? Never mind, he replies. I want you to take this for saving my life. He hands you a curious device which he describes as a sonar screwdriver. It may come in handy sometime. Now please return the way you came. Goodbye and good luck. Okay. Is that all? You must go now, back the way you came. I must complete my mission here. Thank you and goodbye. Okay. The mysterious fellow calls himself the Doctor. Who he is and where he comes from, I have simply no idea. Indeed. No copyright infringement here. All right. Well, let's go back into the phone booth, and we just end up where we came. I guess there's nothing left to do here. Then we go back and yeah, we have to go back to the well, and now we can use that dynamite that we acquired from the doghouse. So we climb down the rope. Okay, down we go. And whenever you're handling dynamite in real life, it's always a good idea to save your game. So I'll go ahead and do that here. So can I light the dynamite? You should drop the dynamite near the rock fall. Okay. Drop dynamite. Okay. And now can I light the dynamite? Can I light the fuse? Oh, there we go. Okay. Might be a good idea to step away. It's probably not a good idea to stand right next to exploding dynamite. Kaboom! Congratulations, you've cleared the tunnel. Unfortunately, the blast was too much for you. Oh dear. I think we can't be on this screen. I think we can't just walk away from the dynamite. I think we have to actually climb up the rope to get out of the well. So, okay, let's try this again. Drop the dynamite. Light fuse. There it goes. And quickly climb up the rope. Okay, up we go. Kaboom! You hear a muffled explosion and the ground shudders for a moment beneath your feet. All right, I think... There we go. Okay, that was successful. Now we cleared out the tunnel. There is a passable passage over to the right. That sounds like something LGR would say. There is a passable passage here for your passing passages of... I don't know. That's the kind of thing that LGR always says. All right, I'll go ahead and save here. And next time we will see what lies beyond this mysterious passage at the bottom of the well. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope that you're enjoying. Again, I'm really sorry that some people didn't like, so they don't like this game. It's kind of unfortunate because I really do like... As I think I've already said, I really like this game. I like the setting of it. I know it does some kind of weird things with the adventure game environment, like the bridge and that hedge maze, which a lot of people didn't like. But I really like the setting of this country manor. I guess I'm kind of domestic that way. I really like I really like the the Colonel's house and the Colonel's bequest. I really do love that kind of setting of a big house, like a sort of a big house to explore and discover what's there. I mean, as I said, I'm kind of domestic. I'm that kind of typical American who likes to have a big house and kind of isolate myself from the world in the suburbs, and live in the suburb and have a backyard with grass in it and that kind of thing. I'm that kind of bourgeoisie person. So I guess I like games like this, which have that sort of a setting where most of the game takes place in or around the grounds of a large house that's isolated from the it's not in an urban setting. But yeah, and we will see, I think, a little bit more influence from the Colonel's bequest later in this game. Not a lot, not a whole heck of a lot, but I think a little bit will become apparent later. So anyway, I hope that despite the fact that a lot of people didn't like this game, I hope that you are enjoying watching my take on adventuring through it. And And yeah, for an alternate perspective, I did mention that Yahtzee played this game. I think Yahtzee just kind of went through the whole game in less than an hour. So if you're curious to see how Yahtzee did it, you can find it on his channel. It's Yahtzee 19. But yeah, I will of course continue this game next time, and we will continue our adventuring as we try to find out who done it on Hugo 2. You'll join me then, folks. Until then, bye bye for now.